is feigning most loving mere folly, then hey ho the holly. This life is most jolly.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. I'm here. Maggie just joined us. We only had 3 people, so we're glad we got a 4th. Myself, John, Henry, and Maggie are going to be performing impromptu performances of the works of Shakespeare for you guys, chosen at random by the Wheel of Shakespeare. Let's bring the wheel up, add that to the screen right here. There we go. And then based on the randomly Maggie just made it, is going to perform first. Maggie and then John is on deck. Well, Maggie, glad you made it. Good to have you here. We'll spin the wheel for Maggie. Let's see what she's going to perform. And again, John is on deck. He'll go after Maggie does. What's the wheel going to give her? Hot. Through the forest I have gone, but opinion found unknown.
Okay, hang on through the forest. So it's Act 2, Scene 2.
Let me see. Yes, about 58 lines in. So whenever you're ready, go.
Through the forest have I gone, but Athenian found I none, on whose eyes I might approve this flower's force in stirring love. Night and silence. Who's here? Weeds of Athens he doth wear. This is he, my master said, despised the Athenian maid. And hear the maiden sleeping sound on the dank and dirty ground. Pretty soul, she durst not lie near this lack-love, this kill courtesy. Churl, upon thy eyes I throw all the power this charm doth owe. When thou wakest, let love forbid sleep his seat on thy eyelid. So awake when I am gone, for I must now to Oberon.
Okay, thank you, Maggie. John, you're up. I removed myself from the studio instead of. Okay, John's turn. He's going to do John, and then Henry is on deck. They love not poison, that you poison me. That's the conclusion of Richard II. Actually, he's now, this at the end of the play, he's now King Henry IV. Okay, so.
I'm on the way looking. I'm looking. And Richard the second, rather. They love not poison that do poison need, nor do I thee, though I did wish him dead. I hate the murderer, love him murdered. The guilt of conscience take thou for thy labor, but neither my good word nor princely favor. With Cain go wander through shades of night, and never show thy head by day or light. Lords, I protest my soul is full of woe, that blood should sprinkle me to make me grow. Come, mourn with me, for that I do lament, and put on sullen black incontinent. I'll make a voyage to the Holy Land, to wash this blood from my guilty hand. March sadly after, grace my mornings here in weeping after this untimely fire. Is that it?
Okay, yeah, thank you, John. All right, so Henry, you're up, and you will do. Well, I see Bill just doing this, so that's good. Bill will go.
Me too.
Portia, you see me beside me where I stand. This is just after he's chosen the correct box. Act 3, Scene 2, Merchant of Venice. And Bill will go after this if he's on deck. So after you do.
Okay. Just finish my snack. You see me, Lord Bassanio, where I stand, such as I am, though for myself alone I would not be ambitious in my wish to wish myself much better. Yet for you I would be trebled 20 times myself, 1,000 times more fair, 10,000 times more rich, but only to stand high in your account, I might in virtue, beauties, livings, friends exceed account. But for the full sum of me is sum of something, which to term in gross is an unlessoned girl, unschooled, unpractised. Happy in this she is not yet so old, but she may learn. Happier than this, she is not bred so dull, but she can learn. Happiest of all is that her gentle spirit commits itself to yours to be directed as from her lord, her governor, her king. Myself and what is mine to you and yours is now converted. But now I was the lord of this fair mansion, master of my servants, queen or myself, and even now, but now, this house, these servants, and this same myself are yours, my lord. I give them with this ring, which, when you part from, lose, or give away, let it presage the ruin of your love, and be my vantage to exclaim on you. End of
Okay, thank you, Henry. So actually, yeah, Bill joined us, so he's gonna. Glad he made it. Okay, Bill, you're gonna do. I think
okay.
years ago you did this again. Last time you spun this one, I think I remember you said you know it by heart, but or maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
No, I probably could. If,
yeah, it wouldn't hurt to have it. It's your choice, of course. So whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Scene 2, Act 2, Scene 7. Okay. Okay. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their exits and their entrances, and one man in his time plays many parts, his acts being 7 ages. At first, the infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms. And then the whining schoolboy with his satchel and shining morning face creeping like snail unwillingly to school. And then the lover, sighing like furnace with a woeful ballad made to his mistress's eyebrow. Then a soldier full of strange oaths and bearded like the par, jealous in honor, sudden and quick in quarrel, seeking the bubble reputation, even in the cannon's mouth. And then the justice, in fair round belly with good capon lined, his eyes severe and beard of formal cut, full of wise saws and modern instances. And so he plays his part. The sixth age shifts into the lean and slippered pantaloon, with spectacles on nose and pouch on side, his youthful hose well saved, a world too wide for his shrunk shank. And his big, manly voice turning again toward childish treble, pipes and whistles in a sound. Last scene of all that ends this strange, eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion. Son's teeth, son's eyes, son's taste, son's everything.
Okay, thank you, Bill. All right, so I have the last turn, and when I first went live, we only had 3 people. I said we would do 2 monologues because there was only 3 of us. I'm glad a couple more people joined us, but yeah, some of the first people spun short ones, so I don't see any reason we can't still do 2 each unless somebody has an injection. I'll go, and then we'll go back to the top, and Maggie will be on deck to go next for the second monologue. Okay, my first monologue is going to be Hamlet. This is the one that's often forgotten. The one that's cut. That's a great monologue, but it's cut from most productions. How all occasions do inform against me and spur my dull revenge. What is a man if his chief good and market of his time be but to sleep and feed? A beast no more, sure. He that made us with such large discourse, looking before and after, gave us not that capability and godlike reason to fasten us unused. Now, whether it be bestial oblivion or some craven scruple of thinking too precisely on the event, a thought which quartered hath but one part of wisdom, and ever 3 parts coward. I do not know why yet I live to say this thing's to do, since I have caused and will and strength and means to do it. Examples gross as earth exhort me. Witness this army of such mass in charge, led by a delicate and tender prince, whose spirit with divine ambition puffed makes mouths at the invisible event, exposing what is mortal and unsure. To all that fortune, death and danger dare, even for an eggshell. Rightly to be great is not to stir without great argument, but greatly to find quarrel in a straw when honor's at stake. How stand I then that have a father killed, a mother stained, excitements of my reason and my blood, and let all sleep? while to my shame I see the imminent death of 20,000 men, that for a fantasy and trick of fame go to their graves like beds, fight for a plot whereon the numbers cannot try the cause, which is not tomb enough and continent to hide the slain? Oh, from this time forth, my thoughts be bloody, or be nothing worth. All right, back to Maggie. Okay, Maggie, for your second monologue, you will do.
By the way, it shows for you sooner than it shows for me, so give me a little second.
Louis the Dauphin.
5-2.
John Act 5, Scene 2 starts with your grace shall pardon me.
Okay. King John 5-2. Open text. 2. Okay. Right. Your grace shall. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm ready. Your grace shall pardon me. I will not be back. I am too high-born to be propertied, to be a secondary at control or useful serving man and instrument to any sovereign state throughout the world. Your breath first kindled the dead coal of wars between this chastised kingdom and myself, and brought in matter that should feed this fire. And now 'tis far too huge to be blown out with that same weak wind which enkindled it. You taught me how to know the face of right, acquainted me with interest to this land, yea, thrust this enterprise into my heart. And come ye now to tell me John hath made his peace with Rome? What is that peace to me? I, by the honor of my marriage bed after young Arthur, claim this land for mine. And now it is half conquered. Must I back because that John hath made his peace with Rome? Am I Rome's slave? What penny hath Rome borne? What men provided? What munitions sent to underprop this action? Is not I that undergo this charge? Who else but I, and such as to my claim are liable, sweat in this business and maintain this war? Have I not heard these islanders shout out, "Vive le roi," as I have banked their towns? Have I not here the best cards for the game to win this easy match played for a crown? And shall I now give o'er the yielded set? No, no, on my soul, it never shall be said. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Maggie. All right, it's John's turn now. There he is, and he is going to do. That steady moment is from The Winter's Tale, Act 3, Scene 2, I believe. Yeah, Act 3, Scene 2 of The Winter's Tale. Paulina.
Okay.
Ah! Right. So
Was that Act 5, Scene 2? Which act, please? Hello, what act, please? Can anybody hear me?
Act 3, Scene 2.
Thank you. And it's Paulina. Scrolling. Okay. I say she's dead. I'll swear it. If word nor oath prevail not, go and see. If you can bring tincture or lustre in her lips, her eye, heat outwardly or breath within, I'll serve you as I would do the gods. But oh, thou tyrant, do not repent these things, for they are heavier than all the woes can stir. Therefore betake thee to nothing but despair. 1,000 knees, 10,000 years together, naked, fasting upon a barren mountain and still, winter in storm perpetual, could not move the gods to look that way thou wert. I guess that's it.
Right, I thought there was more to it. Sorry that. Okay, so Henry, you're up. You still there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so your next monologue is going to be Othello. Her father loved you.
1-3.
Yeah, Act 1, Scene 3.
Do you know where it is in the scene? Is it saying? Oh, I can find it. Her father loved me, oft invited me, still questioned me the story of my life. From year to year, the battles, sieges, fortunes that I have passed. I ran it through, even from my boyish days, to the very moment that he bade me tell it, wherein I spake of most disastrous chances, of moving accidents by flood and field, of hairbreadth escapes in the imminent deadly breach, of being taken by the insolent foe and sold to slavery, of my redemption thence and portents in my travels history, wherein of antres vast and deserts idle, rough quarries, rocks and hills whose heads touch heaven, it was my hint to speak. Such was the process, and of the cannibals that each other eat, the anthropodi, the men whose heads do grow beneath their shoulders. This to hear would Desdemona seriously incline, but still the house affairs would draw her thence, whichever as she could with haste dispatch, she'll come again, and with a greedy ear devour upon my discourse, which I observing, took once a pliant hour, and found good means to draw from her a prayer of earnest heart, that I would all my pilgrimage dilate, whereof by parcels she had something heard, but not intentively. I did consent, and often did beguile her of her tears, when I did speak of some distressful stroke that my youth suffered. My story being done, she gave me for my pains a world of sighs. She swore, in faith, 'twas strange, 'twas passing strange, 'twas pitiful, 'twas wondrous pitiful. She wished she had not heard it, yet she wished that heaven had made her such a man. She thanked me and bade me, if I had a friend that loved her, I should but teach him how to tell my story, and that would woo her. Upon this hint I spake. She loved me for the dangers I had passed, and I loved her that she did pity them. This only is the witchcraft I have used. Here comes the lady, let her witness it.
Okay, thank you, Henry. So now Bill and then myself, and then we'll spin for scenes. Okay, Bill's second monologue is going to be Hamlet. And you and I are both doing a different one of the great monologues from Hamlet.
Yeah.
I do the last of his great monologue, of his great soliloquies. You're going to do the first. So that this 2-2.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt, thaw, and resolve itself into a dew, or that the everlasting had not fixed his canon against self-slaughter. God, how weary, stale, flat, and unprofitable seem to me all the uses of this world. Fie, 'tis an unweeded garden that grows to seed. Things rank and gross in nature possess it merely. That it should come to this. But 2 months dead, nay, not so much, not 2. So excellent a king that was, through this, Hyperion to a satyr. So loving to my mother that he might not beteem the winds of heaven, visit her face too roughly. Heaven and earth, must I remember? Why, she would hang on him as if increase of appetite had grown by what it fed on. And yet, within a month, let me not think on't. Frailty, thy name is woman. A little month or ere those shoes were old with which she followed my poor father's body like Niobe, all tears. Why, she, even she, oh God, a beast that wants discourse of reason would have mourned longer, married with my uncle, my father's brother, but no more like my father than I to Hercules. Within a month, ere yet the salt of most unrighteous tears had left the flushing in her gauntlet eyes, she married. Oh, most wicked speed to post with such dexterity to incestuous sheets. It is not, nor it cannot come to good. But break my heart, for I must hold my tongue.
Okay, very nice, Bill. Okay, so it's my turn, and then Eleanor just joined us, but she made it, so it'll be myself, and then we'll do Eleanor before we spin for our scenes. Okay, so I'm going to be doing. Romeo and Juliet. Two households, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, where civil blood makes civil hands unclean. From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers take their life, whose misadventured piteous overthrows do with their death bury their parents' strife. The fearful passage of their death-marked love and the continuance of their parents' rage which but their children's end not could remove, is now the 2 hours traffic of our stage, to which, if you with patient ears attend, what here shall miss, our toil shall strive to mend. Okay. Eleanor, glad you were able to join us. So let's one more monologue for you before we go on to scenes. Okay, Eleanor's monologue is going to be. Computer will stop freezing on me. Oh, from one great prologue to another. So I did the Romeo and Juliet prologue. You'll do the Henry V prologue.
Okay. Oh, for a muse of fire that would ascend the brightest heaven of invention, a kingdom for a stage, princes to act, and monarchs to behold the swelling scene. Then should the warlike Harry, like himself, assume the port of Mars, and at his heels, leashed in like hounds, should famine, sword, and fire crouch for employment. But pardon, and gentles all, the flat, unraised spirits that have dared on this unworthy scaffold to bring forth so great an object. Can this cockpit hold the vasty fields of France? Or maybe cram within this wooden the very casks that did affright the air at Agincourt? Oh, pardon, since a crooked figure may attest in little place 1,000,000, and let us ciphers to this great accompt on your imaginary forces work. Suppose within the girdle of these walls are now confined 2 mighty monarchies, whose high upreared and abutting fronts the perilous narrow ocean parts asunder. Piece out our imperfections with your thoughts. Into 1,000 parts divide one man, and make imaginary puissance. Think, when we talk of horses, that you see them printing their proud hoofs in the receiving earth, for 'tis your thoughts that must now deck our kings, carry them here and there, jumping over times, turning the accomplishment of many years into an hourglass, for the which supply, admit me, chorus to this history, who, prologue like, your humble patience pray, gently to hear, kindly to judge our play.
Okay, great. Thank you, Eleanor. Okay, let's see what the wheel is going to give us to do in terms of scenes for the now 6 of us. Started with such a low turnout. I'm glad some more people joined us as we got going. Okay, what do we have here? First, we'll have Romeo and Juliet. Their first. This is okay. This is not the balcony scene. It's when they meet at the Capulets' party. Their first meeting there. Act 1, Scene 5. So Romeo and Juliet, when they first meet, and they speak to it. Actually, their combined lines form a sonnet. Midsummer Night's Dream, Demetrius and Helena. Act 2, Scene 1, Demetrius and Helena. And then we'll have No, so two scenes from Romeo and Juliet, actually two sub-scenes from the same scene, Tybalt and Lord Capulet. They practiced. So we came up with two things that come out of Act 1, Scene 5. One with Tybalt going to Lord Capulet. The other with Romeo and Juliet when they meet. So those are the 6 roles for the 6 of us. Let's see, Maggie has the first. So the choices are Romeo or Juliet, Demetrius, Helena, Tybalt, or Lord Capulet. So Maggie gets the first choice amongst those, and she'll
Yes,
choose.
I did miss the act and a scene of Midsummer. I would like Helena, but I don't know the act. Act 2, Scene 1. Thank you. Act 2, Scene 1. I'll look that up while you.
All right, and John.
I was going to choose Helena, but it's taken. But I'll take Demetrius, and I'll take Demetrius.
Okay, so you and Maggie will do that scene. Henry, it's your turn. So the 2 scenes from, well, 2 sub scenes of Act 1, Scene 5.
Yes, can I do either Romeo or Juliet? Which maybe Romeo.
Okay. So Henry's going to take Romeo.
Yes, I would have liked Helena actually. She's a great character, isn't she?
Yeah. Bill, what would you like?
Lord Capulet, please.
Okay. Lord Capulet. I'll take Tybalt. And that will leave, and Eleanor will be Juliet. Okay, so this is the first meeting at the Capulet's party, not the balcony scene that comes. Okay.
Sorry, I completely forgot to get the scene up.
Act 1, Scene 5, both of you. The part of the scene where they bump into each other.
Where does it start? Oh. If I profane my unworthiest hand. Is that it?
That sounds right. I'm not looking at it. You gotta.
Yes.
No, it can't be that because
Yes.
no, because the nurse and everybody's in there as well.
No, it's the sonnet.
Is it? Oh. No. Act 1, Scene 5.
Yes. You have the right spot.
But there's the nurse in there as well, and Benvolio.
That's the end. There seems to be something wrong with my sound. I have a delay.
Oh. Is that right?
Yes, get started.
Only about,
yeah. It comes immediately after the bit that I'm going to do with Bill. It's after
okay.
After
It only lasts about a minute. Anyway. If I profane my unworthiest hand, this holy shrine, this gentle fine, is this: my lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth that rough touch with a tender kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much, which mannerly devotion shows in this. For saints have hands that pilgrims' hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saints lips and holy palmers too?
I, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Oh, then, dear saint, let lips do what hands do. They pray, grant thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant for prayer's sake.
Then move not while my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by yours my sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from thy lips? Oh, trespass sweetly urged, give me my sin again.
You kiss by the book.
End of scene.
Okay, thank you. So next up, we have the Demetrius and Helena scene. That's going to be again John and Maggie. I was looking at the Romeo and Juliet.
I've got it. Are you lined up?
I'm
John, are you ready? Before you...
Yeah, I think so. I think it's I Love Thee Not.
Correct. There we go.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready? Okay. I love thee not, therefore pursue me not. Where is Lysander and fair Hermia? The one I'll slay, the other slayeth me. Thou toldst me they were stolen into this wood, and here I am, and woed within this wood, because I cannot meet my Hermia. Hence, get thee gone, and follow me no more.
You draw me, you hard-hearted adamant, but yet you draw not iron, for my heart is true as steel. Leave you your power to draw, and I shall have no power to follow you.
Do I entice you? Do I speak you fair? Or rather, do I not in plainest truth tell you I do not, nor I cannot love you?
And even for that, do I love you the more? I am your spaniel. And Demetrius, the more you beat me, I will fawn on you. Use me not but as your spaniel. Spurn me, strike me, neglect me, lose me. Only give me leave, unworthy as I am, to follow you. What worser place can I beg in your love, and yet a place of high respect with me, than to be used as you use your dog?
Tempt not too much the hatred of my spirit, for I am sick when I do look on thee.
And I am sick when I look not on you.
You do impeach your modesty too much to leave the city and commit yourself into the hands of one that loves you not, to trust the opportunity of night and the ill counsel of a desert place with the rich worthy worth of your virginity.
Your virtue is my privilege. For that it is not night when I do see your face. Therefore, I think I am not in the night. Nor doth this wood lack worlds of company. For you, in my respect, are all the world. Then how can it be said I am alone when all the world is here to look on me?
I'll run from thee and hide me in the brakes and leave thee to the mercy of wild beasts.
The wild hath not such a heart as you. Run when you will, the story shall be changed. Apollo flies and Daphne holds the chase. The dove pursues the griffin. The mild hind makes speed to catch the tiger. Bootless speed when cowardice pursues and valor flies.
I will not stay thy questions. Let me go. Or if thou follow me, do not believe, but I shall do thee mischief in the wood.
Aye, in the temple, in the town, the field, you do me mischief. Fie, Demetrius, your wrongs do set a scandal on my sex. We cannot fight for love as men may do. We should be wooed, and we're not made to woo. I'll follow thee and make a heaven of hell, to die upon the hand I love so well.
Okay, thank you, you two. So lastly, we have myself and Bill, who are going to do the Tybalt and Lord Capulet scene. So I assume it's going to start from the this by his voice should be a Montague. Are you ready to go with that? This, Bill?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This by his voice should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy. What dares the slave come hither, coveted and antic faced, to fleer and scorn at our solemnity? Now, by the shock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead, I hold it not a sin.
Why, how now, kinsman, wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, is Sir Montague our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite, to scorn at our solemnity this night?
Young Romeo, is it?
'Tis he, that villain Romeo.
Content thee, gentle coz. Let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman. And to say truth, Verona brags of him to be a virtuous and well-governed youth. I would not for the wealth of all the town here in my house to do him disparagement. Therefore, be patient. Take no note of him. It is my will, the which if thou respect, show a fair presence, and put off these frowns and ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. What, goodman boy? I say he shall. Go to. Am I the master here, or you? Go to. You'll not endure him? God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny among my guests? You will set cock-a-hoop? You'll be the man?
Why, uncle, 'tis a shame.
Go to, you are a saucy boy. If so indeed, this trick may chance to scathe you. I know what. You must contrary me. Marry, 'tis time. Well said, my hearts. You are a princox. Go. Be quiet, or more light. For shame, I'll make you quiet. What? Surely, my hearts.
Patience perforce with willful choler meeting makes my flesh tremble in their different greeting. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, now seeming sweet, convert to bitter gall. Okay. Great job, everybody, with the scenes and monologues. Glad that, it would have been fun anyway when we started when there were only three of us. I was going to commit to having a good round even so, but I'm glad that even more joined us. The more the merrier, as always. Glad we got 6 total players here, and we got a good round today. Good performance with the monologues and with the scenes. A lot of fun. Look forward to seeing all of you guys next week, same time for the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. Look forward to it. See you guys then. Bye now.